Election signs are not typically found on First Nations, as Aboriginal communities are known here. The term explains why. Indigenous people see themselves as a nation, separate from Canada, equal partners coexisting in North America. In past elections, few voted or took part at all.
Because I'm not a Canadian. And nobody has proven to me that if you're not a Canadian, you can vote. I don't know, if somebody comes from the United States, can they come in and vote?
But this time, First Nations people are being told to vote by their own elected leaders because of the feeling in their community that the Stephen Harper government has done little to address their challenges: unemployment, crime, lack of clean water.
I've decided to vote, and I actually voted in an advanced poll the other day, thinking that I need to be an example to our people to let them know that I believe that exercising this option to vote is in our best interest at this time.
2 years ago, the Idle No More movement galvanized Indigenous groups with nationwide protests. There was a long hunger strike by Chief Teresa Spence in the shadow of Canada's Parliament. Those protests have faded, but the anger behind them now fires efforts to get Aboriginal people to exercise a democratic right they only got in 1960, a century after voting began in Canada.
50 years ago, they gave us the vote. We viewed that as a tactical error in their war of attrition. Now we can use the vote as a weapon against them. It's a powerful form of resistance.
In dozens of constituencies across the country, Aboriginal voters could swing a close result from the Conservatives to their opponents, and that could mean a change in government. But whether it means a change for the community in general, that's far from guaranteed. Perhaps sensing an opportunity, Canada's two main opposition parties say they'll work with Aboriginal people on all outstanding issues. But those promises come late in a long campaign that was largely about many other things.
You can't trust them, and that's what I've been telling people. Don't just accept the politician who comes to your door and says, I'm promising you a better relationship. What is that? It's got to be real live commitments that you can hold them to.
Whether or not it's in this election, Aboriginal people, statistically the youngest, fastest growing segment of Canada's population, may yet have their voices heeded after centuries of waiting. Daniel Lack, Al Jazeera in Northern Ontario.